Hello, everyone, and welcome to this live with our fabulous guest tonight, who is a wonderful medium. But not only that, she is an amazing author, and she's got a fabulous book that I've just read. And after reading it within 2 days, I had to have Bev live here for you to listen to what she offers in that book. So welcome, Bev.
Thank you so much, Heather. Thank you for inviting me on your show. Really
Oh,
excited to be here.
it's such a pleasure. It's such a pleasure because I know that you and I are so similar, and we're both teachers. And I know that teaching is your passion, and it's mine as well. And I know that you are a clairvoyant spiritual medium. So for anybody watching this that thinks, well, what exactly is a clairvoyant spiritual medium? Perhaps you can just explain.
Yes, of course. So, a spiritual medium, a lot of people get confused. They hear about the word psychic, and a psychic and a spiritual medium are different. So, with being a spiritual medium, a clairvoyant medium, I'm also connecting in with the spirit world, and I'm getting my information from your loved ones, our loved ones in the spirit world. And I'm not just connecting in with your energy, because when we work psychically, as you know, Heather, we're just reading into the energy, the auric field of the person in front of us. But when we are communicating and blending with the spirit world, which is such a wonderful experience, we are actually connecting with their energy and bringing people together.
And it's such a comfort, isn't it, when somebody comes for a reading and a loved one comes through and you're that facilitator. And it just proves, doesn't it, that they haven't gone, yes, physically, but their energy is still them.
That's right. I mean, energy changes, the physical body withers and dies, but our energy, you can't kill energy, as the wonderful Doris Stokes says. You can't die for the life of you. You can't die for the life of your lovey, she used to say. And so life is eternal. It just changes form. And of course, we miss the physical. We miss the physical so much. I mean, I know that I do. Even with a medium, we don't think or feel any differently. And it's just that we are able to communicate with other people's loved ones and bring that connection and communication through, which is a real celebration of life. And it's so wonderful, like yourself, to be able to teach people how to communicate and the love that is out there.
It's incredible. And what I love about your book is that you start with your life story, and tell us why and how did you come about the name of Spirits, Scandal and Sparkly Shoes?
Well, I decided originally I was going to call it Confessions of a Jewish Medium. And then I kind of got a little bit, I'm not sure if that's going to connect with everyone. So I was talking with Linda Dearsley, and Linda is fabulous. She wrote all the books for Doris Stokes, and we became friends. And she said, "Well, it'd be really good to have an alliteration of letters." And I go, "Well, what's an alliteration?" And she said, "Well, where you have a repeat of all the letters." So I came up with Spirit, Scandal and Sparkly Shoes, because it's all about spirits, and scandal I'll come on to. And I'm a great lover of sparkly shoes. Can't do much spirit-wise without my sparkly shoes. Many years ago, I was told at a college that, you shouldn't draw attention to yourself with sparkly things, and, don't put too much attention out there. And, I'm not that I'm seeking attention, but I love all things sparkly. I'm a real girly girl. So, and I thought to myself, well, why would spirit not come and talk to me? Because I might be wearing sparkly shoes or sparkly jewelry. So that's why I chose sparkly shoes. The scandal was, you know, I can be a little bit controversial, and so there's a few topics that I touched upon that I experienced throughout my life, and that's where the scandal came in. So I didn't want to keep the confessions bit, because, you know, why not?
Exactly. You've shared a lot, and obviously it's very personal. Like me, you got divorced from someone that you spent many, many years with. And obviously that's personal, but it's all there in the book. You also shared a very difficult and challenging time in your life when you were having your baby. And at the same time, your father was extremely ill. And it's very touching. It touches the soul when you read your story, because even though we're open to the spirit world and we're open to energy, and we have an understanding that maybe some other people might not have as much understanding, we're still affected. We're still human. We still feel. And I know that you've mentioned that people say to you, well, I'm sure you can chat to your loved ones that have departed, but it doesn't work exactly like that, does it, Bev?
No, it doesn't. I mean, we all can sort of like talk to our, you know, I talk to my mum and my dad all the time in my mind, but there's always that doubt. Is it my imagination, the response that I get back? And I'm kind of lucky because I am a medium and I've got a lot of friends who are mediumistic. So I could just be typing a message to them and they say, oh, Bev, did you just smoke? I can smell smoke here. And they come up with a brand of cigarette and everything. So it's rather nice having someone else so that you know, because like you say, and even being a medium, you have your doubts about things when it's yourself, but when it comes through someone else, then there's no doubt about it.
Absolutely. Somebody said to me, do you know a group called Clan? And I went, no. And she went, oh, well, I'm getting the word clan. And I went, my dad smoked the tobacco clan. She went, did he have a pipe? I went, yes. So it's that confirmation, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Just that comfort of, well, how would she know that?
Exactly.
So coming back to your book, I know that you mention that you went to the Arthur Findlay College, and that was a big teaching for you, wasn't it? Big learning curve.
Absolutely. And just going back to your previous statement that you made, your previous question, when I retell my story about losing my dad and having a baby and all this, bearing in mind that I didn't know that I was mediumistic. I never knew that I had these gifts. And I do believe that most of us are able to communicate with the spirit world. And that's my job, getting people to actually open up and accept that they, you know, that they can use part of their brains and work with the spirit world. But I had no idea. And I feel that my story is about how my life changed. And I know that you support a lot of women, Heather. And when I look back on how I was as a young girl, as a young married mum to where I am today, you know, if I could look back on it now, I would never, and look into the future. You know, I didn't know that all this. I didn't know that you know, that I had all these gifts and that I could unfold them and help other people. And that's, I'm sure you find the same, being able to help other people, even if it means laying yourself bare and really telling your story, warts and all, which is what I did in this book. And even down to, you know, going to the college, which was a wonderful experience. But again, you meet very different people. And not everybody is kind. Not everyone is caring in the way that you would want them to care. People also misunderstand you, whether they're mediumistic or not. So life is a journey.
Yeah, it's cheesy, but it's true. It is a journey, and that journey took both of us to the same place for completely different reasons. I went to Boston to see Barbara Streisand, and I had to go in a taxi to Salem. And when I got there, it felt very familiar. And I bought a beautiful crystal there that I wear when I'm working some of the time. And it had a real effect on me. And I went to the museum and heard the story. But you took it a step further because you've been working there, haven't you?
Yes, well, I went out to visit a friend, and I did a little bit of teaching, as I said in my book. And whilst I was there, someone watched me and came over and asked me if I would be interested in serving some of the local churches there. So when I say serve, where you go up and you give messages and an address, an inspirational speech. And so I said yes before I had a chance to sort of say, well, no. I said, oh, yes, okay, I'll do that. And we created a really lovely bond between Salem. It's the first spiritualist church of Salem and myself. I went there a number of times and just went along and did the service. And again, I love Salem. It's that wonderful connection you get when you get there. And of course, the town next door is called Beverly. So how can I go wrong?
Exactly. Can I just say hello back to a Facebook user that we don't know your name, but Sam. Hi, Sam. You're saying hello.
I've only just seen the comments. Hi, Sam.
Yeah.
He's another fellow medium. Lovely to see you.
And another Facebook user is saying hello, and Di is saying hello. So hello. Thank you so much for joining Bev and I tonight as we want to share the fabulous story, the journey, as Beverly has said. We're all on a journey, and she's shared that journey and actually, opened her heart chakra fully, and shared some very personal things in the book. Now, you also shared that you visited Salem expecting that you were going to go on platform to give messages. And when you got there, they weren't expecting you. But you can say what happened next.
Oh, yes. So one of the times that I went there, they asked if I would like to come and serve the church, but the dates didn't work out. So whilst I was there, I thought I must pop into the service and say hello. So turned up in a pair of jeans. And when I got there, they looked at me like, well, why aren't you fully dressed? Because you have to dress very smartly, when you're in service to spirit there. And they said, well, didn't you get our message that we were trying to contact you? The medium that evening had let them down, and would I come up on the stage? So that's what I did. So I do believe that everything is pre-planned, even, our way through life. Everything is got its reason for being.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a reason, there's a bigger picture for everything. And there are opportunities that sometimes get missed, but they'll come round again if it's meant to be. I believe that whatever is supposed to be for you will never pass you by. That's what I truly, honestly believe. And I know that you shared a great story that you went to your father's grave and there was a gold heart that had disappeared, and you share that amazing miracle in your book.
Absolutely. I was just sitting by his grave, and I was so upset because my sister and we've been looking for it. Excuse the noise. My puppy has found something to play with. It's a crystal, I think, and she thinks it's beautiful. And I sort of said, okay, Dad, if you're really there, you're going to find this heart. I mean, it was, it's a huge graveyard there. And I just closed my eyes and meditated. When I opened my eyes, the heart was there literally by my feet. There was no way I could have missed it. And I do say to people, if you want a sign, we keep saying, oh, I want a sign, I want a sign. We have to ask for it. If we ask, then we'll receive. And all these things that I've learned along the way, which is what I've shared in the book. Because like I said at the beginning, that, I was just an ordinary, Jewish medium, not knowing I was a medium, an ordinary Jewish girl, sort of growing up and trying to find my way in the world. And when you when you're sensitive as a child, you don't really understand the sensitivity. I'm sure you went through the same. And usually when someone is sensitive, it's because they are quite open. They're reading into other people's thoughts and feelings, and your connection is so strong, and we get told that we're oversensitive. And it's not until you find the purpose, which I did later on. And the biggest gift is being able to help others share stories and reach out, like in the incredible work that you do. Because you just don't know your own capability. I was told many years ago that I would write 3 books, and I thought, my God, I don't even read a book, let alone write a book. But when you find your passion, there's no stopping you.
Well, I think it's incredible, Bev, that you've had help from the writer that wrote for Doris Stokes. That is just wonderful. And to anyone watching this that wants to learn more about Beverly's story, please do go on Amazon and put in Spirits, Scandal and Sparkly Shoes. There it is. Beverly's holding it up for you. It's got a great cover. And as I said, I'm an avid reader. I read it in 2 days. I wanted to know what happened next. And I think that's the mark of a fabulous book, when you want to know what happened next and you can't put it down. So thank you so much, Beverly, for coming on the live this evening and sharing your story and your book. And I hope it's an inspiration to anyone else out there that thinks, oh, I can't write a book. Who says so? Who says so? There's a book within all of us.
Absolutely. And it's about finding your passion, finding something that you truly know that you can give with all your heart and enjoy what you're doing, and in that being able to help other people. So
that's lovely. We've got another message, Beverly, from a Facebook user. Sorry, we don't know your name, but it says, this book got me through COVID. Brilliant read.
Oh,
fabulous. And Di saying, I don't read, but I couldn't put it down. Absolutely.
So many people said that once they started it, they couldn't put it down.
No.
It's
what a great Christmas
really
present. So whoever you know that is open to mediumship, clairvoyance, what a great Christmas present. So get on Amazon now and invest in Bev's book. So thank you again, Beverly, for your time tonight. And if anybody wants to book a reading with you, how do they contact you?
You can either contact me on my page, which is Bev Mann, as it is there, or my public page, which is Bev Mann Mediumship from the Heart. I think that's Bev Mann Medium page. And also through my website, there's an inquiry form, and that is bevmann.co.uk. And you can actually, there's a link to the book through Amazon on the website as well. But it's also available through Waterstones and all the good bookstores, Barnes and Noble.
Fantastic. And Sam's saying, I've read the book and it's a fantastic book. I couldn't put it down. There you go.
Thank you so much.
How lovely. You can't get better than that, can you?
Thank you. Thank you.
Well,
that's great.
That comes to a close, everyone. Thank you so much for watching and for commenting. If you're watching the replay and you want to talk to me or Bev, just put #replay so that we know that you've watched the catch up, because we are aiming to reach all of you all over the world. So you'll watch this whenever it's convenient for you. And we thank you so much. And we say namaste. The divine in me sees the divine in you. Thank you. And take care, everyone.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Heather.
My pleasure.